Hello and welcome to a tutorial for Phasmophobia. This is the area that players load into when they join a server before starting a job or shopping for items. Now over here is the menu. In order to interact with the menu, you need to get close enough and left click. This brings up the mouse cursor and the ability to click on these things. First, let's look at options. Over here is controls. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the controls, because you cannot look at controls when you're actually inside playing a job. Next is audio, where you have to do the voice recognition test. But first, you have to make sure that your microphone is set as the Windows default. And here is how to check that. Okay, in order to check to see if Windows has your microphone set as default, go to the search bar at the bottom left, type in sound, select sound settings, and then scroll down to input and make sure that your microphone is selected. Also, if you're talking and using the microphone, it should show activity on test your microphone. Next, you need to test out voice recognition in the game. Now, in order to test out voice recognition, make sure your microphone is also showing up here, and then select test. And then say, give us a sign. If it says we heard you, then everything is working. You might need to say it a few times in order to get it to work. It can take a little while for it to pick up. Alright, next let's go to item store. Here is where you can buy items for jobs. Now, you do have basic items that you start with without having to buy them or purchase them or anything that automatically show up for a job. There are extra items that you don't get, like the crucifix, candle, lighter, smudge sticks, and you do need a lighter for smudge sticks and the candle, and it does take up a tool belt slot. Now, you get 3 items you get to take with you. And if you're on VR, you get 4 items. It's not very fair, but... And certain items do require a certain character level, and you do get experience points from successfully completing a job. Next, let's look at how to
there are others out there in need of help.
create or join a game. You have the option of public server, don't advise it, create private, join private game. Now, when you join a private game, it asks for a code. The person who created the server should have a code that they can give you to easily join a game. Now, if you're creating a server, you can find the invite code here by clicking on the I with the slash through it. That gives you the invite code, and then you can hide it again if you're recording or streaming or whatever. Now here, you join a server. This is what first pops up, I think, for a contract. You can change your character avatar by clicking on change. You can add or buy equipment, and you can select a job. Let's just go through this. When you select a job, it gives you what difficulty you're working on. You unlock more difficulties as you level up. Recommended team size. You can play whatever team size, up to 4, but don't meet the recommended team size, it could take longer than usual. Recommended items, location size, flavor text. Anyway, when you're ready up, and then when everyone is ready, hit start. Now, the game can take a while to load the last 10%. It could hang at 90%. This is normal, and for whatever reason, it just takes a long time. Okay, when you start a job, this is the equipment van that you load into. Now, the game doesn't actually start until you open the front door. Not the front door of the van, but the front door of the building. First, there is the whiteboard with your objectives. You get 4 random objectives. Actually, you get 3 random objectives, and the first objective is always to discover what type of ghost you're dealing with. And it also provides information on the name of the ghost. Now, the name can be used to provoke the ghost, to get them to act out, and you do have to say the whole name. You can't break it up. You can't say Margaret and then wait a while. White doesn't recognize it, I don't think. Next is the monitor. Monitor will show you any camera setup. Some missions do have more than one camera. You can turn on and off night vision by clicking on the keyboard and switch cameras by clicking on the mouse. And it shows how many cameras are active and which camera you're viewing. The number on the right is the number of cameras available. The number on the left is which numbered camera you're looking at. Next is all of this. Over here is a map. It shows where cameras are. Active cameras, the active camera is the green camera symbol. Inactive is yellow. That other green symbol right there is the circuit breaker. You can turn on lights, but if you turn on too many lights, it'll trip the circuit breaker and then you have to go turn it back on. Or even if you're dealing with a certain type of ghost, turn all of the lights off. And you use this button to switch between different floors. Next is the team sanity. This shows the sanity for each team member, but in order to calculate team sanity, you have to add it up all the sanity of every team member and divide it by the number of team members, and that's what you get for team sanity. Depending upon team sanity, will determine how active the ghost is. Next is total activity. The horizontal bar shows how many seconds since activity, and the vertical bar shows the strength of the activity. Next is sound sensors. You can purchase and bring sound sensors and set up to 4, and this will show you any kind of sound it picks up. It does pick up sound from players and from the ghost. This doesn't do anything right now. And this is how you open up the van. Now, opening up the van does not do anything, but when you're ready to end the session, you have to close the van, and that's how the game ends.